A big Russian.
I'm worried he's actually shot down. I don't know.
Can I get kind of a maximum level out of you guys where you think you'll peak at?
You guys ready? Thank you.
Do I need to wear these or no?
No, you guys don't have to if you don't want to. All right. Oh yeah, that's the end of that one. That's here I am. There we go. Oh, maybe not. It's Paul DeLay. That was my featured artist today. Paul DeLay. I played a whole bunch of songs. I Win. Love on a Roll. Also played, let me see, The Other One, and Chalk and Roll. If you've, I hope this gives you a little bit of an idea what he was about. He was way too young to have passed away, but you know, his music lives on. So I'll try to pass it on to you. Moreland and Arbuckle's in the house. They are in the house. Let me get my grammar right. Somebody will be calling me on that too. That's okay. I'm glad you're out there. Let me play a couple of messages here, and we're going to get right to live music with Moreland and Arbuckle. Stay tuned. I ran to the thing to try to record this whole thing so I get it on.
KFAI is supported in part by the
Okay, we'll talk about a little bit about what you've been doing. Talk about Brad. Make sure I get it right. No, you got a drummer this time because you came in as a duo last time for the people who know you. You know, the usual stuff. We'll talk about having CDs. We just can't. If you remember, we can't talk about prices or any of that stuff. Some people do. They go, "Oh yeah, you can have them for $10 tonight." You know, we can't. We just can't do that. It's the FCC hates public radio.
KFAI, your voice in the community.
Because we're real.
Join me, Lady J, for a KFAI sponsored Blues Open Stage on Monday nights.
Yeah, we don't have any money, and they don't want, you know, they basically, non-profits have like all these stipulations, and they just
every
handcuffs.
Monday night at 8:30
Just
p.m.
handcuffs.
at Shaw's, 1528 University Avenue Northeast in Minneapolis.
This is Harold. We got 20 seconds.
Join me, Lady J, from KFAI's Tuesday Rolling and Tumbling Show. Shaw's is the where on Monday
Freddie,
nights. The why is
Hey, man, I lost you.
your stuff on stage at the open jam. And you know it's a jam, because jam
All right.
doesn't get full-bodied like this.
All right, here we go. All right, Lady J. That's Jackie, man. She's that jam is going strong too. So you best to get on out there and support another extension of KFAI. Well, here we go. It's time for the live music portion here. The door was open, the wind was blowing, and in came some boys from Wichita. Gentlemen, how are you? What's happening, Dustin?
Oh, everything's going pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you don't sound too excited, man.
Oh.
Get to it.
No, we're ready to go, man. We're always ready to go.
Aaron?
Oh, great. Good to be back up here in the cities. I
Get
love
up
it
there
up
so
here.
they can hear you.
Great to be back up here.
Glad to have you too. It's good to see you guys again. It's a pleasure. We had a blast the last time you were here.
Absolutely.
We were here. And way over there by the window, we've got a drummer this time with you, Brad. What's come on up and say hi.
Hello.
Now, Brad was your original. Was originally with you and kind
Yeah,
of.
way back like 3 years ago when we first started the band. Brad played with us then and then came back on board 6 months ago.
Okay, well, cool. It adds that one more dimension to you.
Sure.
To your sound. For those of you who have just tuned in, this is Moreland and Arbuckle as a trio with Brad on drums. Brad, what's his last name? Brad, come on, tell us.
That's Horner.
Horner or
Yes,
Honer?
with an H.
Okay. Honer. Brad Honer on drums. And I know he's more talkative, but we've got him strapped behind
No,
the
he's
drums.
not.
Actually,
He's not. He's really not.
Well, dude, you're with me, so you have to be. No,
Good luck
I'm
on that
kidding.
one.
I'm kidding. Oh, you must be great to travel with you. It's one less voice you have to deal with.
He can sleep anywhere.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Sometimes for hours. It's like,
I've never really seen anything like it. It's truly amazing.
It is. It is not. That's not even a joke.
Well, talk to my better half tonight about the sleeping thing. She might give you a little bit of noise about that record. Anyway, how are things going? You guys have been pretty busy.
Oh, things are good. We took off a lot of the winter. It just was real slow, really between like November and about 3 weeks ago.
February, yeah.
But we're pretty busy between now and the end of the year for sure. We're
Yeah.
working on a new record.
Working on a new record, getting ready to go to Italy in June, which we're really excited about that. That's going to be a really great time, I think.
No, I think it'd be a lot. Now you were in Belgium last year, is that right?
We're in Belgium and
Yeah.
Holland.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that was was that a result of being in the IBC? You guys were finalists, right?
Yeah, well, pretty much was. I mean,
Okay.
That's where we made the connection.
Great. And then, well, last year you were coming through. You were coming up to play Bayfront. That's how we met,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Exactly.
That's how we met, and I was glad you guys stopped on by to.
Oh,
It's
well,
been great.
Appreciate all your help.
Yeah,
man.
we can't thank you enough. It's been great.
You know, it's. I'm glad you just coming back through. So you got a couple shows tonight, Jackson's Juke Joint Series at the newly reopened Whiskey Junction, and a little bit of history for you gentlemen. That was a premier blues club for a lot of years, and
Great.
to have it closed down was a blow. And now that it's trying to get back on its feet and get it going, and you guys are like one of the first acts. They had a St. Patty's Day party on Saturday, and you're helping kick off the reopening again. So anybody listening out there, if you haven't been to the Whiskey in a while, it's time to come out. Not only to support whiskey, but check out some of the best in Delta blues that you're going to hear anywhere in the country, coming from these guys. So you're working on a record, which you got 2 out right now, right?
Yes.
Under Moreland and Arbuckle.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Now your band earlier was called
King
King
Snakes.
Snakes?
Yeah.
Did you do any recording there?
Actually, we released one record way back then, but it's almost like out of print. We have a few online copies you can buy. But
Yeah, it's kind of almost like by special request, we'll get you one. It's good at this
Okay.
point.
Okay, so you have your first one is
Caney Valley.
Caney Valley Blues, and now Floyd's Market.
Yeah.
right.
And Floyd's Market came out last year?
Yeah, last
Yeah.
April.
Okay. And now you're working on another one?
Yeah, we're planning to release, if everything goes good, maybe like September.
Okay. Writing a lot of songs for it?
Oh, yeah.
Mostly original.
Well-
Few covers, but for the most part, it's going to be mostly original.
Will we hear some of those songs tonight?
Yeah, we're
Yes,
gonna
you
hear
will.
some of them
Yeah,
right now and tonight.
There you go. Now, there's your other, I don't know, there's some more bait for you folks. Original tunes that aren't released yet. So come on out and check it out. And tomorrow night, if you can't get out tonight, which, you gotta hope you can, you have another chance to see them. They will be over at Floyd's in Victoria, which is another great little place that has music every weekend and during the week. They'll be there tomorrow night, an early show from 7 until 11, just a little west of here, just past Chanhassen or Chaska, whatever, out in Victoria. It isn't that far. Some people are like, oh, it seems like it's far. It isn't, believe me. I drive there. It's great, and it's a great little place, and it's early. So you can come out early and get home early, and it's Thursday night, so all you have is one day to deal with work after you've been out. So anyway, now that I've got both of your gigs that people can come to, and you're doing something in Hudson, but that's a private show?
Yeah,
Public,
it's a private.
public,
Oh,
public.
it's
Oh, it's public. Yeah. It's at a place called Dick's.
Oh, okay,
It's
okay.
a fundraiser for the Bridge, which is an organization to help troubled youth.
Oh, over at Dick's Bar in Hudson.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right downtown
And it's
Hudson.
an early show too. I think it's 6 to 9.
7 to 9.
7 to 9.
7 to 9. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So they're in town for 3 days, and you Wisconsin people, if you want to hang on that side of the river, you have a chance to see them on Friday over at Dick's Bar, 7 to 9. That's happy hour on Friday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we're
it.
looking forward to it.
There we go.
All of it. We just
Yeah,
love it up
it's-
here. It's a great vibe.
Yeah.
We
Well,
had a great time last night.
it's a good thing you didn't come up in February.
Yeah, we heard
getting
stories from
pounded
the Rounders.
We were getting
Oh, that's
pounded with it
right.
in Kansas too. Not quite as bad, obviously.
I don't know. That's right. They came in and they were like, "What's going on here? I don't have a jacket." I kind of felt bad for them. They said they left and it was in the high 70s or something.
Yeah, that's just poor planning.
And it was
Yeah.
below, and it was
Yeah,
below
you're going to
zero.
Minnesota in February and you don't bring a jacket. Come on, what are you gonna? Yeah.
You know, well, one of the guys had like more clothes than I wear too. You know, like this right. He was ready, but some of them aren't. Anyway, you guys are here to play, and,
Yeah.
and you've spent quite a bit of time making sure everything is right. So let's get some music on. This is Moreland and Arbuckle as a trio with Brad on drums, right here on the house.
I got my back strapped on my back. Every morning I might be
Give it up to these guys. Hey, Beth, you want to come in? You want to come in, Beth? Beth's standing out there. She wants to come in and listen to the music. I can tell she's boogieing out there.
Come on now.
Beth is the engineer for the news and on Urban Folk. That's it? Come on, clap a little bit more. Let's give it up for these guys.
Next time you're going to play more.
Okay. Gentlemen, that was great. I think I've got all the levels right now.
Good.
And if I push the buttons, some of the stuff actually comes on.
Oh, all right.
No, everything was good. It sounded pretty good. That's what you're going to hear tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That's just the start. That's just the start. So what else have you got up your sleeve? Any new festivals you want to tell us about, or any short tours you're doing? And what you got going this summer?
We're going to be back up this way at the end of July. We're going to be back up around here. Going down south some in July, the Memphis, Mississippi, Texas area. So, doing some festivals. We're going to be up in northern Michigan at the end of August at some festival.
We played that one last year. You're at
Yeah.
the Porcupine Mountains.
Porcupine,
Yeah,
yeah.
the Porkies. I don't know if I told you guys about that, or somebody found
somebody
you.
actually saw us at Bayfront.
Okay. Oh, I know who it was. Cheryl. I bet you it was Cheryl.
It was.
Yeah, Cheryl's the one who set us up with that one.
Yeah.
I told her about you. I said, "Hey, go see these guys." And then it was so cold that night. After she saw you guys, she went home to get a jacket.
Thanks. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's beautiful up there.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, it's in the UP and it's just beautiful up there. Yeah, it's a nice little festival. It's on a ski hill and stuff, and you play down at the lodge up to the people sit up on the hill, and they have a couple of stages. You guys will enjoy that. It's beautiful.
It sounds like a cool deal.
Yeah. All right. Well, so you'll be in the area, so you'll be stopping by here sometime in July and August.
July and or August.
Yeah.
Plan.
Cool. And you're in Europe in June, you said?
Going to Italy for about a week or so in June, and that's going to be a really cool thing. We're playing a festival over there in Parma, Italy, called the Roots Way Festival. That actually I think Richard Johnston kind of got us exposed to those people, and that's ended up working out, looking like it's going to work out really well. It's really something we're really excited for.
Oh, that's cool. I have to ask you guys, why this music?
I just like it a lot.
Okay, I don't know. Some people. I'm just curious because there seems to be a really nice resurgence of this sound.
Well, and there really is. I mean, it's we've talked about it a lot lately. How it kind of seems like we're in the midst of a new blues revival, where kind of along with the whole the Fat Possum thing in the late '90s and up through today. A lot of kids, just younger people got exposed to the North Mississippi Hill Country blues and the Delta blues, and just because it's so raw and so driving. I mean, you got these kids who've been listening to punk and stuff like that. It's in those qualities, it's pretty akin to it. So if you're into that sort of thing, I mean, it's pretty undeniable.
Yeah. I'm just curious, and our listeners, I'm sure, are curious because I know that a lot of thanks to Chris Johnson too back there, who's turned me on to a lot of really good up and coming younger bands that are doing this Fat Possum sound and all, and it's just I think it's refreshing in a way to see that it isn't. It gives me hope that the genre is going to continue.
We try and really stay connected to other traditional blues styles, like early Chicago stuff. And, it's really just what I'm best at playing. It's been a work in progress since I first picked up a guitar. I realized.
How long have you been playing this style?
Oh, for probably 10 years.
Okay, and Dustin?
I picked up the harmonica when I was about 16, so I guess it's been 8 or 9 years now since I started playing. I originally kind of got into more Chicago style blues and stuff like that, and like Aaron said, that's something I'm still really into. So
well, you do a cover of your version of Juke on your latest. It's a tribute to the Chicago style and all.
Hard to not like Little Walter when you're anybody. Pretty much.
Yeah, I agree. Well, look, you guys are tuned up, ready to go. You got another one in there? Moreland and Arbuckle, for those of you who are just tuning in, they will be playing at Whiskey Junction tonight.
style thing.
Yeah. Here we go. Moreland and Arbuckle, for those of you who just tuned in, they will be over at Whiskey Junction from 7 until 9 on a special edition of Jackson's Juke Joint series. We're moving it there just for this week. These guys got to plug in, and you have just heard why. We'll be back to the 331 next week, and you know, the Juke Joint is hanging over there. But for tonight, we're over at Whiskey Junction. The blues is on the bank, folks. It's back on the West Bank again. I don't know that it ever really left, but it was kind of missing for a little bit. So come on down to Whiskey Junction tonight. And if you want to catch them later in the week, because you've enjoyed them so much today, you can catch them at Floyd's tomorrow from 7 until 11. That's out in Victoria. And at Dick's Bar on Friday night from 7 until 9. That's in downtown Hudson. Dick's Bar in downtown Hudson. It's a fundraiser at Dick's Bar. So check them out as they help out. They've come all the way from Wichita, and they're going to help out at the fundraiser. Gentlemen, this is so much fun.
We're having a good time.
I love it when this happens. Good music. You guys are all ready to play. You know, you got one more in you?
Retune.
Okay, you got to retune. Well, let me play a real quick message here, and he's going to retune. Be right back.
The Science Museum.
Yeah.
Personal stories.
It's all right.
Scientific discoveries,
I can get this crap out of the way.
how you see yourself.
I want to read a couple of things real
The
quick.
Science Museum of Minnesota presents
And
Race.
then we're
Are we so
out of the
different?
way.
Open daily.
Is it,
now through
you
May
think
6th.
coming out okay?
Just
not
might be
enough to
surprised
get
by
out?
what you learn.
Oh, you guys sound great.
KFAI
I don't know.
is
You know, I was
proud to be
recording,
part
but now I see he's teaching a class in Pro
Increased
Tools, so
involvement
it
in
might have been
discussion
puked out. I don't know.
race. For more information,
I didn't know that.
So it may be recorded, it may not.
Yep.
What?
Ross Johnson will be hosting and performing at KFAI's Urban Folk Live at the Ginkgo Music Series this Sunday, March 25th. Ross is an eclectic, quirky singer-songwriter sampling from blues, roots, rock, and soul for a high-energy acoustic mix of music. A loyal KFAI volunteer, Ross will be passing the hat and will provide all donations from the show to KFAI's folk and roots programs during the pledge drive in mid-April. First tune in at 11 o'clock Sunday morning to Urban Folk as Beth Shaw welcomes Ross to the KFAI airwaves. And at 3 o'clock, it's Ross Johnson in concert at the Ginkgo Coffee House, 721 North Snelling Avenue in St. Paul. That goes from 3 until 5 o'clock usually on Sundays. All right, I got the guys back here. He's all tuned up. We are ready for one more song, Moreland and Arbuckle, and then you got to run on over to Whiskey Junction tonight and catch them on Jackson's Juke Joint series there. Gentlemen, it's all yours.
Alright, it's a Fred McDowell song.
Well, my Jesus is on this main line. Tell him what you want. Jesus on this main line. Tell him what you want. Jesus on this main line. Tell him what you want. Won't you call him up and tell him what you need. If you're sick, can't get well, tell him what you want. If you're sick, can't get well, tell him what you want. If you're sick, can't get well, tell him what you want. Won't you call him up and tell him what you need. And now he was coming hurry, tell him what you want. He was coming hurry, tell him what you want. He was coming hurry, tell him what you want. Won't you call him up and tell him what you need. If you in trouble, tell him what you want. If you in trouble, tell him what you want. tell him what you want. Jesus on the main line, tell him what you want. Jesus on the main line, tell him what you want. Call him up and tell him what you want. Won't you call him up and tell him what you need? Won't you call him up and tell him what you need? Won't you call him up and tell him what you need?
Yeah, isn't that beautiful? Moreland and Arbuckle.
Thank you very much.
Moreland and Arbuckle Trio tonight. You'll catch them at Whiskey Junction as the guest performers on Jackson's Juke Joint Series Special Edition over at Whiskey, right here on the West Bank, right on Cedar, right at the end of Cedar Avenue, where Cedar and 94 basically. Gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you
So
very
much
Thank
for
you.
coming.
Always.
It's a pleasure to have you in here, and I'm glad you can do the Juke Joint. You're going to hang around for a while too.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a blast.
People get out. It looks dreary, but like I said, it's going to be fired up and warm at Whiskey Junction. Come on down. Come on down. I've got to do a couple of things here, play some more music while you guys get packed up, and I've got to finish up the What's Happening calendar in a little bit too, folks. So please stay tuned so I can tell you what's going to go on this weekend. Thanks for tuning in, and we can catch these guys later tonight. All right. I have got Percy Struther ready to go with Dan Schwabe on guitar and Curtis Blake on harmonica.